Very, very, very good fighter. Okay, I do want to get one more thing before we get out of here. I know we're running late here. Producer Michael, thanks for bearing with us here. Woodley and Paul, we got to talk about that. I gave my thoughts. I did 2 videos on this on my channel. I'm also going to have a video out later on why I think Jake Paul can beat Woodley, because I've been getting a lot of hate. I had some guy on Instagram like threaten me, like, dude, how can you call yourself a journalist? You're picking Jake Paul. I'll have a video and I'll explain why I think he can win. But John, your initial thoughts on the fight, and who do you think wins? What's your early pick?
I love the fight, man. The fight is incredible. Woodley's going to get a big paycheck, and, he's doing what every other UFC fighter wants to do right now, is to go over and box and make a lot of money. What's not to like about it? You know what I mean? Everybody's going to cover it. It's great for the combat sports world. And Jake Paul, you got to put some respect on his name, man. Like, he signed a contract to fight Tyron Woodley. Like, that's something that I think a lot of people didn't expect to happen, and he did it. And I believe in the contract he has a rematch clause if he loses, which means he's willing to take 2 beatings from Tyron Woodley, right? So but early pick, man, it's hard to say. But man, if you're talking about pure boxing, we've seen what Jake Paul can do in boxing, and he boxes.
Yeah,
trains boxing 24 hours a day. I'm going to take Jake Paul in this fight. And
There we go. Finally, I've been getting into it with people the other day. I just want to point one thing out. And this is sort of the short version of what the video is going to say. People act like Woodley is the same Woodley that knocked out Robbie Lawler. That Woodley does not exist. We've been through it. We've done previews of his fights. He's not the same Woodley. Go watch that Vicente Luque fight. And I know Luque is, a good fighter, and he's probably underrated. He's probably a dark horse if you want to talk about dark horses. But the Woodley that knocked out Robbie Lawler in 2016, by the way, I mean, that's how long ago. That time, Conor McGregor had 1 loss in the UFC, and it was to Nate earlier that year. That's how long ago it was that Woodley knocked out Lawler. That's how long ago it was. That Woodley does not exist. He doesn't exist. So that's all I'm saying. And all the respect to Woodley for taking this, by the way.
I just think with the bigger gloves and with the shoes and like Jake Paul will be able to weather the storm early against Woodley, because Woodley's going to throw some hammers right at him early. Yeah. So if he can weather the storm with the boxing and he's going to learn the defense, right? He's a boxer. I think he gets past that, he could piece up Woodley in later rounds, man. I don't think it's going to end early or nothing like that, but he has a good chance of beating Woodley, man, and that just only makes him an even bigger star. Showtime knows what they're doing, man, with these matchups too.
They certainly do. And you guys know what's going on because you're watching the show. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in here. Big shout out to producer Michael, my favorite producer in the industry. I'll say that. I know my other podcast producers will get upset, but it's true. He's the best. And he looks like Vicente Luque, which is a bonus. Jay